Hello.
Hi, how's it going there?
It's going. Happy full moon. It's in Taurus. Yes.
Hey.
And we're both Taurians.
Cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I do have some things to read for us. But how are you feeling, Sarah? What have you been doing for the full moon?
Oh gosh, I'm doing great. I love this time of year, especially because of the 11:11 gateway and the fact that we're near it, and we're in between this beautiful time where it's between the 11:1 and the 11:11 portal. It's very nice. It's very exciting energy.
You're glowing. You look great.
Oh, cool. I love that.
Yes.
And the fact that it's a Taurus full moon is even better because I guess we're in Scorpio season, so that kind of is like dualistic type energy, you know. It's very special energy for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great chat with Luna, the moon. I was sitting out there. I didn't realize it was 20 minutes, but it was 20 minutes. I was like, oh, I'll just be outside for 5 minutes. I'll ground and see. And then I come inside, I'm like, we have to go live. So now we're late. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
But we're having a great chat. Right.
It's just a man-made concept. It's
right.
Fine.
Even though we're man, we made it. Who cares? We made it. We're the creators, right?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
We gave everyone 15 minutes of scrolling pleasure, so hey.
We're here now. Doom scrolling here. If you see us live, stop right now and stop what you're doing and come say hi to us. Oh, man. Yes, indeed. So I do have this little journal. Y'all know I love my journals, right? So I'm going to read from this journal just to give us like a journal prompt for tonight. So if anybody's chilling and you've been neglecting your journal tonight, go ahead and pull it out right quick and write these down or screenshot it. So it's the Astral Luna Journal. I love reading from this. So it's by Monica Anna, Self-Exploration and Empowerment Through the Moon and Astrology. Actually, where did I find this? There's a store, it's in like every mall, right? It's like the metaphysical store that's in every mall. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or almost every mall, right? It's like the Claire's for crystals.
Oh, yes, I remember that place. I forget the name.
Oh, hey, Rhonda. I had to look at your picture. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey, Rhonda. If anybody remembers the name, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I got this tapestry, and I got these books from here. Yes, isn't it great? It's cool. Well, anyways, I found it for like $4 on clearance, and I even got this tapestry for what? I think it was like $10, and it's huge. It's like a 12 by 12, right? It takes up the whole wall. So, anyways,
it's definitely Taurian.
Yeah.
Shopping for good deals.
Yes, indeed. Anyways, it has a lot of good information in here. It talks about the moon phases, the different energies each moon phase holds. Really, really cool. Creating your own moon ritual. So just based on like your birth chart and what you'd like to do, you can have a different moon ritual. Like me personally, like I don't really do too much with the moon except talk to it. And if I feel called to like clean my house, I always clean my house. Like each, like for the new moon and the full moon. It's like, of course we do it every day, right? But it's like when this time comes, even if I don't know the full moon's coming, it's like I must amplify the energy in my home. And so it's like a ritual I've always done before I even kept up with the moon phases, right? What else do I do? I know you make don't you make a moon tea, Sarah?
Yes. Typically, every full moon, I like to put all my crystals outside, and so they can absorb all the beautiful moon energy, and that helps cleanse them and recharge them. And I also like to make some moon tea also. So I'm a big, huge fan of sun tea, well, tea in general. And so I usually, because I live in Arizona, I have plenty of sun, and I love making sun tea. And that's where you put the big jug with the spigot, and several like packets of tea or some loose herbs or whatever out in the sun all day. So it brews while you're at work, basically. And I love that because you get the beautiful. I feel like every time I make sun tea, it's extra refreshing because it has that beautiful sun energy in it. I feel like it rejuvenates me. And with the same thought process, I like using moon water. So what you do, I'm not sure exactly how old this is, but I guess it's like, ancient or whatever, where you put some water out in the moon on a full moon and it absorbs the moonlight. So then you can use it for like, it's purified. I mean, it's energetically pure water, basically. And so what I like to do is like put a big, huge thing of the water out, like, the one with the spigot, put it out overnight in the full moon. And then when I wake up, then I go outside, collect it, bring it back in, and then put my herbs into it, then go put it back outside, and then brew some sun tea into it. And so that's one of my rituals I like to do on a full moon. Basically, it just helps me feel more reset and kind of helps me sync with the energies of the earth, kind of. So, yeah, that's one of my things.
I love that. Yeah, so it's like getting the energy of the sun, turning into a tea, and then you're like supercharging it and energizing it with the full moon. That's awesome.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
That's really cool.
I did that. Oh gosh, the last one we had. This is the second of 3 supermoons, right? I believe so, in a row.
I think so.
Yeah. And so the first one, I forget the exact reason. It was a beaver moon, and it was something. There was a big deal about it. Because life's so busy, I had a momentary lapse there when I forgot. But anyway, either way, yeah, I did the same thing last time with some hibiscus and like a cinnamon hibiscus tea, and it turned out so good. So like instead of having a beer or wine when I got home from work, I sit down and I have a glass of tea, put my feet up for an hour and do my thing. So
wow, I love that. I'm gonna have to try that. I've I like sun tea, but just like integrating it together into the moon too. I feel like that's just gonna empower me for the month. I might freeze some or something during the new moon when everything's resetting. I might have to have my full moon tea to give me a boost.
Yeah, I really do truly feel like it does. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Okay. So, I found the page, right? So it's talking about different keywords and attributes of Taurus. So it's the polarity of Taurus is negative, receptive, and feminine. Modality, it's fixed. It's a fixed sign. So is Scorpio. It's ruled by Venus, and the motto of Taurus is "I embody," right? And the element is Earth. So some keywords are security, body, food. We love our food, right? I do.
Yes.
I'm a foodie. I'm so picky. Okay, listen, if it's not good, I can't finish it. But I have a Taurus stellium in my 4th house, so I'd rather just cook my own food, right? So if I go somewhere, so I went to Houston recently and I went to get these tacos and I heard that they're supposed to be the best tacos ever. They look good. They plated them well. I was like, yes, great. So I go back to the room. I sit down. I put my plate up. Tell me why they were terrible. I had to throw them away. I had to throw them. That's just how I am.
I have the same problem here. People are like, "Oh, this this taco place is amazing. And then you get there and it's like, it's delicious, except for there's no seasoning on the meat or the whatever, the beans, the meat, whatever's inside. It's plain. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. Not
Yes,
really
I've got to have
interested.
my seasoning.
But
It's got to have flavor. It's got to have the right consistency. It's got to have flavor. It's, it has to be made with love. I know you didn't love the food before you sent it to me because I can feel it.
yeah,
Yes.
you can tell if someone
Yeah,
puts
you
their
can.
heart into it or not.
Right.
Most Torians are very good chefs, cooks. We love our food. You're definitely right about that.
Yes. So another key word for us is personal possessions. I say us for Taurus, just this energy, right? Personal possessions, material attachments, five senses, and perseverance. And this is page 52 for numerology fans. Can y'all see it?
Kind of. Can't read the words, but I can see the page.
Yeah, if y'all are going to do some journaling, feel free to screenshot this if it ever focuses for us. Because they're going to ask you to journal about the keywords, right? So let me try to wipe this off. A little dusty with the scarf. Let's try again.
Maybe you could like tilt it down like a tush. There you go. That's a little bit better. Yeah.
I wonder if it's blurring my background. Okay, I'll say them one more time just in case. So security, body, food, money, personal possessions, material attachments, five senses, and perseverance. Determination. I'm just adding that in there. I'm going to check right quick and make sure that I'm not blurring my screen.
Hey, Allie, if you send me a picture of it, I can pull it up on the screen, and then it'll be nice and big on the screen.
But I'll do that right now.
Hey,
well, hello, everybody. Hi, goodbye, everybody.
Hi, where'd you come?
How's it going? Just comes out of nowhere. So anyways, and then I guess I'll send you the picture of this one too. Just there's beautiful artwork in this book if y'all go find it. I wonder if it's on Amazon or something. Okay.
So, let me just add this real quick I was thinking while you were talking. And if somebody's out there listening to this and watching and going, well, I'm a whatever sign. Why would I care about a Taurus full moon? I'm not a Taurus. Well, I mean, everyone needs a little bit of Taurus energy in their life. We're down to earth and we're very grounded and mellow, and we're usually pretty patient. So, if you need those attributes in your life, this would be the reason why you'd want to know that this is a Taurus full moon.
Okay, so continued on that page, even though it says new moon on it, y'all probably see it as soon as they get sent over. Even though it says new moon under it, those are still like a continuation of the keywords. They're just kind of more of like the darker side, right? So it's not necessarily the darker side, but it's reliability, stubbornness, earth/nature, fixed values, patience, overindulgence, and laziness. So, all right. So for the full moon in Taurus is a celebration of your worth, your beauty, and both internal and external. It is also a time of gratitude for the strength of your body. It is a time for appreciation of your sensuality and your connection to the earth. It is a wonderful opportunity to treat yourself to something of value, and the Taurus full moon can also shine a light on themes of self-worth and codependency in your life, and the struggles between feelings of security and vulnerability. At the time of the full moon in Taurus, use this energy to stay grounded. So so those are the keywords right there. And I actually took a picture of this page too, where it says full moon and Taurus. So record the details of this full moon. So for you, like when you're starting out your day, you can do the date of today, which is 11/5/25, and then the sign degree, which I don't know what degree it's happening in, but you can look it up. I think it's on. I was about to tell y'all a website, but that would have been Sidereal or Vedic.
I heard 13 degree.
But oh, Time Passages has it. I'll tell y'all right quick. I can look it up right here. And then your house placement. So whatever house that is for you, right? So it is at 22 degrees. Hey, my Taurus sun is at 22 degrees. And my Virgo moon is at 22 degrees as well. That's crazy. I love a synchronicity, right? But yeah, this is the degree of the moon right now. It's at 22 degrees, if y'all could see that. So you could do that and the degrees and the house placement. It's just what it's recommending. And then they're saying write down what you're grateful for, what is blossoming in your life, or what you want to release and let go of at the height of this cycle. Some affirmations is choose one of the keywords from that first page we showed y'all and write a personal affirmation for what you want to release from your life, what you want to let go of, or what you want to forgive yourself for based on the sign's archetypal energy. For example, I'm grateful for all the resources that provide me with safety and security in my life, and I release my overindulgence. So some journal prompts for that is going to be celebration and gratitude. Select one of the keywords and celebrate that feeling or trait in your life. Gratitude is a powerful emotion, helping us maintain our state of physical and emotional well-being. By practicing thankfulness on each full moon, you're getting into a rhythm of visualizing your dreams on the new moon and expressing those dreams outwardly on the full moon. You can use the idea of celebration and gratitude as a journaling prompt and consider how your chosen keyword manifests in your life. Then you think about how you can celebrate this keyword more. Being mindful and aware of those blessings in your life will, in time, open your mind so you can see even more things to be grateful for. Number 2 is power. Acknowledge situations in your life where you felt your own power. How did it align with your values and convictions, and how can you bring more of this feeling into your everyday life? And then number 3 is growth. What in your life is growing and blossoming? Where in your life do you use your perseverance and stubbornness to create beauty and celebrate whatever is flourishing along with the strength that it took to achieve this growth? Yeah, so those are really, really good journal prompts. I also sent some pictures, and I can post these pictures later for anybody who's interested. I love my journal prompts. I love to share journal prompts. I wrote a whole book about 365 journal prompts, right? So yes, I'm all for this. Writing things down helps manifest things and helps us actually learn the lessons, right? So if you're having a hard time like working things or like figuring something out, I tell people like to write down your question on paper and then answer yourself intuitively. Like, so just like give yourself an answer and then just continue writing, and then you'll eventually like figure it out. And also if you're going through a karmic cycle, right, you can also write down the lesson that you learned and pretty much like end your karmic cycle right then and there. Like just get it over with. Like, yeah, I figured it out. Send me something new because I figured out the karma. I'm done with this karmic cycle. And this is me stamping it on paper and signing it and saying goodbye. Right. So there's a lot of things that you can do using a journal and not just journal prompts or finding yourself, right? Because journal to the center of your soul. My book is about finding yourself. It's more than just finding out who you are. You can also release things. You can attract things and figure things out, right?
Yeah, to touch on what you were saying, those were all really great aspects you brought up. But you were asking me about this time, or I was talking earlier about this time of year and how I brought up the fact that we're in between November 1st, which is 11/1, okay, which is one, in numerology would be a new beginning, a fresh start, right? And then 11/11, most people know about the 11/11 portal or 11/11 gateway, it's been called as well. It's just a very special time. It's Veterans Day, but it's also a very special time for manifestation for spiritual people. Help me explain the number 11, Allie. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the full moon right now today is like the halfway point in between 11:1 and 11:11. And so it's like use the energy of today. If you feel like you're sitting watching us and the things that we'll talk about tonight resonate with you, and you're ready to make a change in your life and you're just not really sure what, sit back with a cup of tea or something that relaxes you and go sit outside underneath the full moon. And like she said, talk to it and ask it, hey, what's the time for me to release? Or ask your heart, hey, heart, what can you no longer, deal with in your life, And so whatever that answer might be, use the energy of the new beginning from 11:1 with that thought process. Identify what you need to let go of, whether it's a thing, a thought pattern, a behavior, a person, things like that, whatever it might be, an old job, an old car, whoever knows, right? And then build your strategy and your action plan. And then when the 11:11 gateway portal comes through that day, kind of let it be the release date. Like, not give yourself that moment, that time. And like, even if you need to like write down, dear self-defeating behavior, I've loved you for a long time. I've been frustrated with you for a long time, but now it's time for us to say our goodbyes. You're no longer useful in my life. It's time to let you go. And then you can write that down. And if you wanted to, you could like take a little candle like this, and then you could just put it over the candle and just burn it as long as you're outside, right? And then that would kind of like signify you releasing that. And that basically you're using the whole energy of the 11 portal to turn the page, to make a change in your life, to turn a new leaf over. And that's one thing about Taurus is we're always about growth and stuff like that. So it would be very Taurian to take the opportunity to do it now.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
You're done.
Yes.
Right. Because if not, we might sleep on it for a little while. We have to our moon sign or something and get us moving. Yeah, my Virgo moon keeps me in check, right?
Yeah, Tauruses do like their naps too, I suppose.
We could, I can go for a nap.
Yeah,
me too. It's about my nap time now.
Yeah, I think so.
It's getting close to that time. Yes, indeed. Wow, I'm just shuffling this, and then Lionsgate 888 comes up.
Wow.
I wonder
why. That's another beautiful gateway day.
Yes, it is. Let's see. I don't listen high def.
I cannot recall at this very moment the exact specific of 11:11. I know that if you see like 11:11 on the clock, it's supposed to be your spirit guides or saying hello, or your angels are saying hello, I think it's a time of reflection of the ancestors and of things past. Honoring the past so you can go forth in the future, I think, or something.
Sorry, I'm checking on my background, seeing what's going on here. Whoa. Hello. Do I look crazy to y'all? It asked me if I wanted to dance. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry I couldn't go live on my regular page, guys. So I tried to share with everybody just now. And I'm sorry we're so late. Sharing it out. We've been on for 25 minutes, but thanks for joining and welcome.
Yes, hi. Thank you.
I'm sorry you had to see my crazy face just now. I selected enhanced skin and it just put me in.
Enhanced your skin.
Right. Those at the fair with all the mirrors and stuff. What are those things called?
Oh yeah,
A fun house?
Funhouse. I think it is. Yeah.
They just
Yeah,
stuck
House
me
of
in the fun
Mirrors.
house. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I guess I'll pull this like a card or two. This is the White
Oh,
Light Oracle deck. I love this Oracle deck. It's so much fun. It's by Elena
oh,
Fairchild. I tried to get rid of
yes.
the blurriness, guys, but it's just kind of stuck there, right? All right. I hope everybody's feeling really well during this full moon. And let's see. Let's see what wants to come out. They're still pretty stuck together, so we'll see if something wants to fly out or not. Yeah, they're still pretty crisp.
Is it brand new?
Okay, we have one. All right, we have two. All right, Bastet. Yes, I love this one. Of 174 hertz. I wonder. No, that didn't do much at all. Hey, it's focusing. Yes. Look at the eyes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is number 13. And then 34, Sacrament of Extreme Unction.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to read these. It's a bit lengthy, but they have good information in them. So I'll try not to let my voice get boring on you guys. But here we go. So, hey, hydration check.
Yes.
You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. The Egyptian cat-headed goddess of dance, festivals, birth, healing, and sacred potions is known as Bastet. Her sacred cult was once of beauty, pleasure, and enjoyment. Worshipping her was not only about ignoring the problems that are part of being alive. In fact, just as cats can see in the dark and are natural, skillful hunters, this was often called upon for psychic protection from hidden negativities and to secure one's life force and enhance one's vitality. In her role as healer and creatrix of magical healing potions and sacred perfumes, she integrates healing with pleasure, relaxation, and a sensual connection to the physical world of nature, including beautiful natural oils and jewels made with precious and semi-precious stones. Facetet shows us how to slow down and smell the roses while applying their perfume oil to our bodies and breathing in their high-frequency scent to protect and soothe the heart. She is the guardian of and guide into the sumptuous feminine paradise that brings healing, a willingness to connect to the earth and the body, and a capacity to experience sacred healing playfulness, exuberance, and natural states of joy. The healing frequency of 174 Hz is known as the pain-relieving frequency, a natural anesthetic that is a musical version of the similar low-frequency purring of a cat. The cat's purr is considered medically therapeutic as it is 174 Hz. This frequency creates an experience of grounding and slowing down and evokes deep healing for body and mind, providing love and peace to organs and tissues, strengthening your bones and your soul. The Oracle of Bastet of 174 Hz asks you to slow down and take time to heal, rest, and relax and enjoy your life. Then you can more effortlessly be the source of positive energy. We deal with issues far more effectively from a place of peace and relaxation than from stress. If you're interested in exploring any of the sacred arts of pleasure, including music and sound, food, touch, and massage, healing, play, dance, celebration, and art, color therapy, or healing with crystals and oils, this oracle encourages you to do so. Such avenues are authentic and playful for your soul healing. If you've been too hard on yourself, it's time to be kind. Question and heal any guilt or shame which have prevented you from enjoying the natural pleasures of your body. You are encouraged to enjoy life. Your delight can be a source of positive energy for yourself and others too. This life is a gift, and Bassetet of 174 Hertz reminds us that when we are moving too fast, we will miss out on much, including being present for and sharing ourselves with our loved ones. If an issue has been troubling you, this oracle brings guidance that there is an approach available that can reduce suffering and increase your feelings of happiness. Once your heart, open your heart to the divine, feminine for guidance and inspiration. Bassetet is a portent of joy and celebration. Believe in the happiness and healing your heart can attract and create. Yes. Okay, let me clean this up because it's a little blurry. Hi, I'm back. That was deep, but it mentioned that 174 hertz is the healing frequency, and it's the same frequency of our cat's purr, right? Which is beautiful. So it's very nice that was pulled during the full moon too, right?
You pulled a perfect card. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it seems like many different things you talked about, like, were popular amongst Taurians as well. Like the beautiful oils, essential oils, and the perfumes, and the luxury, and the stopping and taking time to smell the roses and stuff like that.
Right. And Taurus is ruled by Venus.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
there
right,
was many Venetian things you said, for sure.
Yeah, lots of Venetian energy in that, for sure, yeah. Okay, so another one. That's why I can only do 2 or so, because it's a lot of reading, right? But there's good information in it, and all of them also have a healing journey at the end as well. So let's see. I hope everybody's feeling okay. Feel free to leave y'all's rituals down in the comments. We'd love to hear what y'all did for the full moon and everything. And feel free to share with your friends. If anybody just wants to hang out and talk about the full moon, we love talking. Me and Sarah could talk for hours.
Yep.
I don't know what to do about this camera, guys. Y'all are just going to have to see me sometimes and then not. This tablet is a great tablet. It's an HP tablet. It's a desktop, so it's like a laptop, but it's a tablet, right? It gets hot really easily. I'm grateful that it has a camera and I can like type a Word document on it and transfer it to my computer. But she wasn't the best bred of the bunch, right? I think they got some recalls. I don't even think they make them anymore. So, but I'm glad I have her. What'd you say?
Is there a 3-in-1? Is it a 3-in-1 where it, like, you can see it like this, or then it goes into like a laptop?
I think like there's an attachment where I can add a keyboard.
Yeah.
But right now it's just like a desktop screen, basically. That's touch screen. And I have a pop-up keyboard.
Nice.
I've already had to send it back. I had to send it back a few months after I got it, and now magically they're not on the market anymore. So I'm sure they had a few problems with it. Huge processors, itty bitty living space, right?
Right.
Yeah, it gets hot. So that's probably why it keeps going in and out. All right, so this is the other one I pulled. Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. In an ideal world, we finish our inner work and be completely healed, check it off the list, and move on without any issues from the past intruding into our present life. But in a more realistic view, we do our best to muddle through, gaining enough understanding and healing to attain some degree of closure and move on at best. We can flicking off the remnants of the past, which they can arise, even while we're doing our best to let go. In an even more challenging turn of our growth spiral, we may know something has run its course and no longer belongs in our world, and yet have trouble like exercising as in like exorcism, right? The past and its pains, confusions, or attachments. So it bleeds through into the present, even though we know it doesn't belong there. To avoid the taints of the past causing unnecessary issues in the present, this oracle brings powerful spiritual last rites so you can be cleansed and liberated into the fullness of your next phase. In the Catholic tradition, extreme unction is performed at the time of physical passing to cleanse the soul and allow it to gracefully leave the body and enter the afterlife. In the context of this oracle, the symbolic equivalent of the sacrament is the powerful intervention of spirit to free you from the grip of what has been. It is a liberation from habit and the compelling lure of the familiar. It is divine forgiveness and healing. Extreme unction translates into last anointing. Whilst spiritual grace will be with you always, and blessing is always available to the receptive heart, this oracle wishes to bring your attention to the ending of a particularly stubborn pattern. As it does, you will feel a greater freedom and a new release on life, as if you are being born again within this lifetime. As the expression goes, every saint has a past, and every sinner, I believe, has a future. Isn't that how it goes? Right. So every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. This oracle encourages you to embrace your future and let go of the emotional and psychological burdens you have been carrying for yourself and likely for many others, ancestors, and more for far too long. Sometimes we martyr ourselves to the pain of the past or even attempt to carry the suffering of others, holding it within our hearts as if we can alleviate the burden of another or create healing. All that happens in such instances is that suffering increases, right? So let yourself off the hook of guilt, shame, or blame, and give yourself permission to acknowledge that all people, including you, have done their best. The universe is offering you a powerful spiritual gift. Your heart knows how to receive it. Let go. There is no turning back. It is time to start anew. It is your time to be happy and free. Yes. Yes. I love that. That was a good one.
Very nice.
I love this deck.
It's a really cool deck. Very relevant. What does this say here?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, she's making, making moon water. I can't read the name. Oh, yeah, okay. She's making moon water and having, oh, nice. That's beautiful.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah. That's great.
Mm-hmm. I love some moon water. I'll have to make me some moon sun tea too.
So, as far as doing something that's down to earth and easy peasy, it would be easy for someone to, like we were talking about, do a release of what's no longer serving them. And you could always use a really good cup of herbal tea to just kind of, like use as like a ritualistic thing. Not like a ritual, but I mean like an action, and so you could make yourself a beautiful tea. You could use something like chamomile. Everyone loves chamomile, knows chamomile. You could use something like lavender or lemon balm, maybe some rose petals. That would be really nice. Just make a really nice, calming, soothing beverage and go sit outside underneath the full moon and just soak it in. And just tell yourself all the reasons you're ready to make the change that you're looking to make, and go for it.
Yes.
That's what full moons are all about, is letting go of things that no longer serve us. So we have another opportunity here this month to do the same thing. So
Yeah, so some crystals. Let me think. Unakite comes up for me a lot when just with Taurus energy. But some Scorpio energy, right, too, because the sun's in Scorpio. I like labradorite, Scorpio. And
I
let's
was
see.
just going to say that.
Of course, I love the moonstones, all of the moonstones, the um, rainbow moonstone, peach moonstone, black moonstone for protection, regular moonstone just for your connection is really good. Let's see. Let's see. Another. Let me think.
I heard that while you're thinking, just to add to your labradorite, I think that's a really great choice you made because I've also heard someone else say that that's really going to help us integrate these 3-eye atlas energies as well that are around right now too. So
Yeah, it's a good teacher for integration for sure. It's a really good teacher for transmutation. So if you work with labradorite and like really allow it to connect with your chakras, you're actually like teaching yourself and teaching your light body around yourself how to integrate everything, right? Because it activates your entire column and the chakras around it. So it is actually one of my favorites, and I usually do have one beside me, but it's actually outside right now charging, because I do use it a lot. um, I do have some rainbow lab right here.
I know some too. I'll get
So I have
mine.
this one, rainbow moonstone, which is white lab. It's a little heart piece. Hey, you have some points. That's nice. I only have spears, and I have this triangular cut. Nice. Yeah.
I
Let's
used to
see.
do a lot of work with these both at the same time. And I used to do a lot of breath work. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of a lady named Milan Moritz on Facebook. She's got some beautiful music and some beautiful meditations. And there was one that I did one time with her on her playlist where it was a heart-centered meditation, and she had a bunch of breath work in there. And I was holding these like this, and by the time I was done, I was like over the moon. It was amazing. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so I was actually about to pull out my selenite, and I just looked at blue kyanite as well. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we're on that frequency right now too. I love some amethyst. Yeah, I actually
Mm-hmm.
was just about to pull out the selenite because I feel like selenite is a good one for this energy too, especially
Yes.
as we're transmuting and releasing, and we also want to stay protected from things. Like I tell people when they go to astral project, right? You have to like it's not necessarily protecting yourself from like things following you home, but things can follow you home as in energies, right? So for example, like if you're astral projecting and you go into somebody's home and they're eating spaghetti, right? You might come back feeling full, like you just ate a plate of spaghetti, right? So that energy came home with you, even though it's not necessarily a bad one. You could also step into a place that, say, you go astral project to a funeral home, or even just you personally stepping into a funeral home, right? You're going to come home with that sad energy, even if you haven't lost anybody in a while, you know? So having those routine cleanses of yourself, and full moon's a perfect time to do that because they amplify the energies, right? So having those routine cleanses, like when you're doing energy work or when you're actually physically going places, crystals like this help, like the selenite, clear quartz. Well, clear quartz is really an amplifier, but you can use it to cleanse. Just having your own rituals and your own practices during these full moons and during every day as well, because especially if you clean houses or you go into other people's houses a lot, you want to have these rituals, right? You want to have these rituals to practice, and it's just keeping your mind clear because as empaths, we're all empaths. We're spirit bodies first, right? And then we're incarnated into this vessel. So we pick up on everything even when we don't notice it. And then we want to practice how to cleanse that, right? So now's a good time, especially with all of the propaganda, the media, and everything that we're absorbing and seeing. Because what y'all screen time? My screen time was up there before I started getting myself together, right? So we're seeing that flashy stuff, and you know the algorithm has timers. I figured it out at 6 p.m. every day. They send me cooking shows. I'm like, oh, maybe I should go cook something. It's because they just sent me 10 cooking shows or cooking reels on my thing on my phone and were telling me to go cook. It's energy. We pick up the energy even from our algorithm. Like when they send us like 5 posts about a plane crash, now we're operating from fear. We need to go outside and ground and reconnect. And even if it's not intentional or even if we don't even notice it, it's still something that we do first because we're spirit bodies first.
So let's take it one step further. Let's just say that someone doesn't consider themselves very spiritual. Okay. But they've been arguing with their husband or wife all day long. They had to scream with their kids, and their kids screamed at them when they left for school. They went to the grocery store and they got into a fight with the clerk. And they come home and they're all like, "Wah." Well, that'll be a perfect time to grab a selenite, just like she showed us right there, and just take some deep breaths and just picture like happiness. And then picture all the yuckiness going away every time you take an exhale. It can be something as simple as that. But she's right. Crystals are good for everybody, and especially for everyday use like that. Matter of fact, isn't there ones that you can put in your pocket, Allie, that are like a protection stone?
Yes. We have some black
Maybe.
storm. I have some right here. Well, since you're at yeah, so and just for anybody who might be watching who are like, how do these shiny rocks work, right? So the way crystals work is they hold a vibration, they hold a frequency, just like your body does, just like you can sense which child is about to come into the room just by their footsteps. They have an energetic signature, right? So their energetic signature align with sometimes some of our chakras. They vibrate at a certain frequency. Y'all know atoms. Y'all remember going through school and learning about the periodic table. So many atoms create certain things, right? So these are created by a certain amount of atoms, right, to make them the vibrational frequency that they are. So, for example, if you're having a throat chakra blockage and you want to use some blue apatite, so blue apatite vibrates at a frequency that actually taps into your third eye and your throat chakra at the same time, right? And it's not only like giving you that boost, but it's teaching your chakras how to reopen themselves by showing them what that frequency looks like and reminding your throat chakra and your third eye what it looks like. So hypothetically, well, not even hypothetically, like you can actually grab these crystals, right? Use them. You don't even have to buy them. You just use them, reactivate yourself, put them down. I mean, it's good to have, good to pick them up, but like if you're in a crystal shop and you need to be recharged, I'm sure they wouldn't mind you going ahead to recharge. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm speaking for me. I don't mind, pick them up, use them. I don't care. I'll go home and cleanse them. I cleanse them all the time. I rotate them, I cleanse them, I talk to them, so it's all about vibration. And even like I was saying with the periodic table, the atoms, there is science behind it, not necessarily science that they want to release to us. There are scientists who don't mind releasing it to us, but there is science behind it because there's vibrations, there are frequencies, there are atoms, so that's how crystals work, if you're ever wondering.
And if you're new to crystals and you feel like what she just said struck a chord, but you're like, wait a minute, what does that exactly mean? Okay, let's just pretend that you want to say something, but you really just don't know how. You're like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, and then you let the whole conversation end, you don't say anything. And it's a pattern for you. And it's a pattern for you. Grab a crystal, hold it in your hand, put it in your left pocket, and that will help you clear your throat chakras, just like she said, so you can say what you need to say or not. Either way.
Or not. Sometimes our spirit guides do grab our tongue and be like, oop, not in front of this crowd.
Or say for example, you've been told given a label like ADHD or your mind always races, you could find a specific chakra. You could message Allie and find out which chakras are good for which stones are good for the crown chakra. And then you could carry one of those in your pocket or in your hand, and that would help you calm your mind, like at work, like during your day, There's so many really cool practical uses for crystals. It's really amazing.
Yeah. And they're pretty. They're
Yeah,
fun.
that too. Yeah,
This ruby I just wrapped up.
that's pretty.
Yeah. Sacred Light Broadcast Network asks, what kind of healing services do you offer, Sarah?
Oh, well, gee, Marcus, thanks for asking. Well, I am in Mesa, Arizona, and online. So there's also opportunity for online sessions as well. But I am a Reiki practitioner and a quantum hypnosis healing practitioner, and an herbalist, and I own a cleaning company too. So, but as far as the healing services go, yeah, I really I'm into the just beginning my journey, I guess you will, down the the path, you know. And I've got Reiki underneath my belt and quantum healing. And if you're wondering what quantum healing is, or what is that, quantum healing hypnosis, or some variations of QHHT, or there's another one called BSM or something like that. I forget the exact, but there's different types of this. It's therapy, and it sounds kind of weird because it's like hypnosis. And it doesn't mean like someone's going to hypnotize you to do something strange. It's basically just a step deeper than standard therapy. Standard therapy would lay you on a couch, sit you in a chair, and you would talk about situations and images and go through very deeply, you know, events in the past and relive things. And that's very traumatic for a lot of people. This type of therapy is a little bit different in the fact that we go and we deal with the subconscious mind. Everyone has subconscious and conscious minds. The one we're using right now to talk in this conversation is our conscious mind. It has all the opinions and the filters and the grudges, you know, all the things, you know. And so by this method of quantum healing and quantum healing hypnosis, QHHT, things like that, essentially what we do is lay the person down and get them into a very relaxed state where you're still completely fully aware and fully in control. And we essentially get this thinking mind out of the way. Tell to go sit down and have a seat. And we speak directly with your higher self, some people call it, but it's your subconscious mind. And basically the point of that is to get away from having any preconceived notations, any interference in the true reason, the true quest of what you're looking for, you know, whether it be a thought pattern, whether it be a reason why you're compelled to do something. The list is endless, but it's really cool because it goes a level deeper, and it doesn't necessarily touch in the same topics like traditional therapy would do, by having you bring up and reminisce and ruminate in different emotions that might be very uncomfortable for some people. Because when you go and you relax, our job as the practitioner is to relax you, take you into a state where we essentially go meet your higher self. And what is a higher self? A higher self is basically the part of us that sits next to the divine, you know. It's our subconscious mind, the one that doesn't have all the filters and the preconceived notations. And we essentially can do anything there. One of the really most interesting things I learned, like the most intriguing story I think I heard, was from Dolores Cannon, and she's the woman who got me into this, interested in this quantum healing hypnosis. And I was flabbergasted one day when I listened to one of her testimonies about a therapy session she did where her client was coming in for some weight management issues and some difficulties that she was having with her food habits and stuff like that. Well, she was a regular, and she said, "Hey, do you mind at the end of our session if I just go ahead and throw in this noodle thing I've been working on?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure, that's cool." So the woman laid down and they had her therapy session. And at the very end, Dolores decided to try her quantum healing hypnosis technique on this woman, and she did, and it worked. And it was really wild, I guess, when I, read the account. But the woman's higher self came through and explained essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but that her troubles were from a past life, that she had passed away from starvation, and that this was a scar on her psyche and her soul that needed to be healed. And that's why she felt compelled in this lifetime to hoard food, to eat a lot of food, to have scarcity around food. And so when they learned this, they went in, and then another day later, they went into the next session and actually went to her higher self, same method, and then actually worked this out. And it wasn't even in this lifetime. And I believe in reincarnation, but up until that point, I had no idea that was even possible. So it blew my mind, because I do have a substance abuse counseling psychiatry degree, and I just feel like the DSM doesn't go deep enough sometimes in certain situations for a full heal and a full repair, so this goes a level deeper, and it's really, really fascinating.
Did you say that was one of Dolores Cannon's past lives, or was that one of her clients?
It was one of her clients. I would think it was one of her very first accounts, essentially, of using her new technique, which is now all over the world. Millions of people are practitioners and all that good stuff. But when I learned that, I was like, wait, what? And I thought, wow, that's really fascinating to me. So just think about all the good we can do in the world by having this technique go, worldwide and global and everything. We can help millions of people get down to the root cause of what's truly bothering them for real, once and for all, and heal it instead of keeping on putting band-aids on it and things like that. So yeah, it's really, really a fascinating topic, and I do admit it's a little odd sounding, but it's very amazing.
Yes. So I know Dolores Cannon, she only mentioned, 2 of her past lives, maybe 3?
I don't know.
Like her whole journey, like she never really told anybody. So I was just wondering if that was one of them. I was actually receiving channelings recently because I was watching JK Ultra. I don't know if y'all are familiar with her, but she also practices QHHT. And ironically, she's from California, and she just moved close to where I live now, which is in Louisiana. So I felt like that was pretty ironic, because I've been watching her since like right around 2019-ish, 2020-ish. And now she's moving close to where I am. It's ironic. But anyways, she was talking about how Dolores Cannon went to the Library of Alexander, and she used to work there in a past life. And is it Alexander or Alexandria? But they lost all of the knowledge, and I received a channeling comparing the Akashic records and another library. I haven't finalized the actual name of the other library, but the Akashic records is like the records of consciousness, right? But there's a library that's a little bit deeper than the Akashic records, right? Because it talks about the non-tangible things too. So the Akashic records talks about consciousness, the whole span of consciousness in all of its forms, right? But there's another library, and I'm not for sure on the name, but I think it's the Alexandria Library, right? Where it mentions the walls, and it mentions like the non-tangible items that were also implemented onto the timelines, and you can access the timelines of all things that existed, conscious and non-conscious, right? Wow. And it's like, yeah, this wall used to be, if it's a wooden wall, used to have a consciousness, right? But what about the things that are formed into atoms they exist, but they're not in the Akashic records? There is a library for that. And that's where if anybody ever hears me say the Akashic records is limited, it's only limited because like you can't, it's like you're seeing consciousness, right? But then you have to kind of like your mind forms things around it when you're in there, so you can actually see everything that's going on, right? With the buildings, with the cars, etc. But then there's a library that also mentions like the programming, the grids, all of the cheat codes, and there's so much more. So I'm wondering, since you mentioned Dolores Cannon, if that is the right library, if that is the right name for it, and if she ended up speaking of that, because that is one of her past lives that she ended up sharing with the public while she was still incarnated on this realm at that time, right? So I guess we'll figure it out with. But that was a pretty interesting download I had recently.
I want to say Jordan Library. I don't know if that's right. There was 2 libraries at the time, yeah, that had very pertinent information in them. And I remember reading it like last week, and I want to say Jordan or something like that, like Jordan Library, Jordania Library or something like that, but I can't recall right now. Are you talking about a physical library, like the Alexandria Library was, or?
It's actually outside of space and time. It's actually outside of space and time. Yeah, it's an observer of space and time. It's an observer of all of the things, right? All of the times, all of the spaces, all of the downloads, all of the programming, everything. It's like there's the library of consciousness, and then there's a library of the impact of downloads on consciousness, or the observation of group. It's intense. It's deep. We could probably get into this on our podcast Saturday. We actually have a podcast coming up on Saturday talking about consciousness. I guess this is a little toes in the water first chat about it, because we're going to go way deeper than this. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you mentioned Dolores Cannon made me think of that for sure.
Yeah, she was super influential to me in my whole process of awakening.
Yes. One of the first energies I channeled was actually Nostradamus, and finding out that she went back and channeled him after I had already done it just made things like so made things so synchronistic, right? So it was pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, there's also speaking of channelings and prophecies and stuff like that, have you heard of Mother Mary Shipton?
Yes, but not too much on it.
Yeah, so she's pretty interesting also. She I mean, like all things that are prophesized or whatever, essentially revealing them aloud changes the timeline. But I mean, we change timelines so many times. I don't really think that we're on the same trajectory as we were when Nostradamus predicted our future, and or Mother Mary Shipton either. Because every time that we become aware, that changes the whole trajectory, because we now have a different,
right.
conscious
His prophecies
choice,
were so publicized also, That's why they told us to be quiet about certain things, right? That's why telepathy is getting bigger, because like if you can telepathically tap into the grids and manifest things and like intentionally do it, you're like protecting yourself from so many levels of counterattacks, right? Because like when you verbalize things, you have like at times, depending on how well and how practiced you are, things try to interfere with what you verbalize, and it just can't happen, right? But that's why they're trying to teach us, like, now these prophecies, a lot of us have them as downloads, and there's certain things that we can't really share because there's counteracts, right? And so there's a lot of things that we're supposed to quote unquote happen, but also I believe that his prophecies were meant to be publicized, so people could actually have a hope for a future, right? Because he told so many things that came true. So if he tells us that there's hope for a future, then of course the people who follow him and the people who believe him because he was right so many times, it actually rewrote our DNA to give us downloads, right? Of a hope for a future, a hope of being free from the church, being free from the government, whatever it was, democracy or monarchy or however it was back then, right? And so that bred into us as we evolved. And even though what 300 years later after his passing, 400 maybe,
Yeah,
not
I was
about
going to
this.
say, what year?
That's just like a ripple of time. So things have been evolving quickly, even if it doesn't play out exactly how he planned it to. People do have a lot of belief in the things that he said. And, saying that there's two sides to one thing just means that there's a good side, right? So you can lean towards whatever side you believe in. And it was giving people hope and belief and things to rewrite our DNA with, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm personally, in my own opinion, of the belief that there's many different timelines emerging for humanity at this time. I don't think there's just one set timeline.
Right.
But,
yeah. For sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
Hey, Marcus.
How's it going?
I'm here. Just in my laundry.
What do you have to say about the moon?
The full
Happy
moon
full
was
moon,
still
everybody.
yesterday. Happy full moon.
Sarah, it's interesting what you guys were talking about with timelines, because my episode from Grand Rising with ChristoLight today was about timelines. So I literally went on Ascension Glossary and read in depth about what timelines are, and so many different things too, like artificial timelines, false timelines. You guys got to add that to the equation as well. There's also false timelines that are being holographically inserted into people's paradigms. So there's so many layers to all this stuff. And then you got to account for the rest of the universe that is also a part of creation, which then factors into the timelines as well. So there's a lot of aspects and there's so many layers that even if we try to analyze just timelines, you then have to start thinking about DNA. Then you have to start thinking about false timelines. Then you have to think about holographic inserts, crucifixion implants, alien machinery. There's a lot of things that are being utilized by negative polarity beings to manipulate the timelines as well.
So, from what I've always understood, So, from what I've understood, on the Schumann's resonance chart, right? You know how you've got the spikes coming down like this, and then you have like 4 or 5 lines going this way. Well, as far as I understand, these are all timelines. And when they become solid, that becomes a definitive timeline, not definitive, And so basically, I guess what I've also understood about this, not to be off topic here, but the Schumann's resonance chart, from what I've heard anyway, when all of these lines going this way become solid, that's when ascension happens. And so we're just seeing these last 2 lines barely making a thick line. We've got 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 are just developing now. So basically what that means is like a 3D timeline, a 4D timeline, a 5D timeline, and so forth, Maybe you could pull up a Schumann's chart. I didn't have anything ready for that, but yeah.
So check this out. I'm going to read it for everybody. So timelines. Within the creational mechanics of the holographic structure, which manifests the harmonic universe, there are 2 timelines per dimensional octave. So within our harmonic universe, making up the reality of 3D Earth. Within the 3 dimensions, 1 through 3, we have 6 timelines. When we energetically evolve and move up an octave, being initiated into higher frequencies, we are exposed to more dimensional octaves, therefore more potential timelines. Within these dimensions of future timelines are quote-unquote stations of identity, commonly called the soul, oversoul, or higher self, which comprise body parts or whole spiritual bodies of our forgotten selves. These are spiritual energetic bodies that hold our consciousness intelligent matrices, our mind matrices that make up our spiritual identity, and of which we are designed to reclaim these spiritual energetic pieces during these quote-unquote timeline collapses, which transpire during the ascension cycle. This is why those on the spiritual ascension path continually experience their energetic healing by meeting the cellular memories that surface at different stages of evolution in the multiple timelines. Being able to tune into these various timelines and sense events of identities that exist in those timelines is one definition of becoming multidimensional. We have to move through the series of timelines in each dimensional octave and reclaim our identity while recoding and changing the obsolete false timelines or false reality from interfering with our continued spiritual growth. Like a triathlete running and jumping over the hurdles, we connect with our lost aspects to merge with these time fields, whereby reclaiming and collecting our spiritual bodies, clearing negative forms and clones to make it to the planetary ascension finish line. What is being accomplished during this spiritual ascension process, especially now with the Guardian God Sovereign Free Ascension timeline, is that humanity has to move through all the artificial machinery, the inorganic time fields, or artificial timelines. These are the negative alien timelines with their inorganic or artificial hologram inserts that program their AI mind control programming in order to promote the human enslavement agendas of the negative agenda. As we clear false timelines and inorganic architecture from suppressing and impairing our consciousness, we are extracting the alien enslavement programming, the implants, and the mind control in order to embody our true inner Christos spirit and return to the 0 point field, the heart of the God gateway leading into the 7 higher heavens.
Nice.
That's a little bit, there's a much more on there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah. And then,
Wow.
like, a lot of these things are highlighted in blue, so then you can go into more about specific things that are in blue.
Yeah, the Ascension Glossary is cool.
Yeah. Very, very well made. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And
when sorry.
I was just going to say, Lisa Renee, who's the author of it, she is a wonderful psychic and medium. And she's the one who created the 12D shield as well. The 12D shield technique.
Yeah. When I do any work in astral and I see people's timelines or I see the big timelines, right, they're all color coded. I'm still trying to figure out which one, what they mean, right? But I have a feeling it has to do with all of those things that you're just mentioning, with the holographic ones, the false ideals, the real timelines, the true beliefs, and then where they actually are on their timeline. Because, like, when I'm looking or doing work for somebody, sometimes you'll see a split in timelines, and it's like a point where a decision is made, right? So there's a lot of things that can go into timelines, right?
I feel like what it's saying too within each dimension, I wonder if it's like, the shadow and then the organic.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a shadow timeline, organic timeline within each of the dimensions, so to say.
Because the way it looks in astral, there's like hundreds of them. There's like a bunch of like little yarn strings, and they're all colors, and you have to like mentally zoom into it and get closer to it and expand it, and then kind of focus on the one that they're consciously operating on, and then all the other ones around it. right? Because like you and I, or the three of us right now, we could be speaking to each other, but we might not all be operating on the same conscious vibration consciously. We're just talking to another version of us, right?
Yep.
Or also as light workers, we see people on a higher timeline or vibration than where they might be consciously operating from as well.
Oh yeah.
I tend to see people's highest timeline, even if they're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Talks about miasma being like dead light. Talks about the triune scale of the particle-based time. Repairing timelines. Talks about repairing it using the light body, 12D shield, balancing and clearing your chakras.
Timeline override. What does that say? It's blurry.
It says we have to move through the series of timelines in each dimensional octave and reclaim our identity while recoding and changing the obsolete and false reality from interfering with our continued spiritual growth. If we do not clear the past issues recorded in our timeline, we will repeat the same patterns until we learn the spiritual lesson or clear the trauma of the original cause event. Everything repeats itself in the person's timeline until the spirit of the person resolves the energetic conflict issue or trauma that is recorded in their consciousness memories. When we clear and thus change the past timeline in the current present moment, we change the current timeline we have been traveling. This allows the creation of a new timeline and future direction to travel for the consciousness. When we clear the past, we move outside of the trauma timeline, and this changes the person's timeline for the future. That further changes the probability of the future cycle of time.
Right. And that's being chosen ones, right? Chosen ones to heal the DNA. Yeah. Because, you know, like people who have a child at 19, right? The child might be a lot more like the teenage version of their parent, right? Even as they grow up. Because when you recreate or create a version of yourself, especially with another person, so you're duplicating your DNA at exactly that point, as opposed to like when you're like 35 and have a child, right? You've gone through the cycles of healing and you've done that and you've stamped your DNA from those healed places and you're having a child from that DNA place. So it's naturally going to be like a different version of you that's being reproduced, right? And that has a lot to do with it. You know, you rewriting your DNA and learning things through your life, and then making a copy of your DNA from where you are in that exact moment.
What's the name of that website again, Marcus, for all the viewers?
It is ascensionglossary.com. I'll put it on the screen for everybody.
Forget for the viewers, more for me. I need to get on there.
If you guys want to tap into some stuff about DNA real quick, I got DNA up on the screen.
Ascension, ASCENSION, right?
Yeah, it's up there now.
Yes.
So we can...
Okay, good.
You gotta read cursive to be in here. That's the that's your password. No bots allowed.
There it is. I see it now.
Basically, you got to be like at least 25 or older at this point.
Right. Well, my brother's 23.
Taught cursive in so long.
They taught cursive. He was born in 2002. I said 22. He was born in 2002. They taught it to him. I think he was one of the last ones.
Wow.
I actually got these really cool cursive books at a garage sale for my kid.
Nice.
Teach him. Mm-hmm.
gonna
So
become a
how do
dead
people sign
language.
their name? You just like write it, you know? Like how are people supposed to sign their name these days?
That's seriously, my son has come up to that. He's like, Mom, I don't know how to do a signature. And I'm like, okay, just do your initials for now.
We'll
We'll
figure it
practice
out.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, indeed.
So here's something interesting about DNA. So it talks about DNA unplugged. And it says here, this is a reference point in our current historical record where the human DNA was unplugged on the Earth in all galactic war memories, and our true origins were erased from our memories by the negative agenda invading races. DNA and vibratory digression began a gradual descent from the Orion group population coming to the Earth from primarily 208,000 years ago in the Orion Wars. However, the major event that unplugged DNA and humanity was when the Sumerian Egyptian invasion transpired about 5,500 years ago. Until this point in the timeline, humans retain memories of their galactic history.
I
The
remember that. So one of my past life regression things I did was watching that invasion.
wow,
It's pretty interesting.
check that out too.
Wow.
Talks about the Stonehenge being a reptilian base. Talks about um, wow,
His story, history.
shortening the lifespan of humanity and damaging the immunity, setting
Yeah.
up for recycling in the astral 4D. Oh my gosh, that's something that I feel like you definitely know about, Lunar Queen, is astral traps to keep people karmically trapped in the astral plane.
Yes, I do know a lot about that. But also, one thing that's sticking out to me is the lifespan. I've actually been receiving downloads lately about our lifespans are about to keep increasing the more we improve our diets. And
Yeah.
we're probably us. If it's not us, our children are going to be in the 200 and 300s again.
Oh, I feel it. Like I feel that
Yeah.
we're going to be there, especially the way that we're feeling and activating things now. We're relatively young, so like imagine 10 years from now, imagine I couldn't only imagine it's gonna be like the Jetsons. Imagine 20 years from now. Like we're gonna be like Tesla cities basically.
Yeah, especially all of us quitting smoking and everything. Like I smoked for years and I was able to finally quit and release those chains and start healing myself. Yeah, you are, Rhonda. Yes.
Yeah, she is definitely aging backwards. She's the ageless wonder over there.
The way everything's changing, like we're gonna be here to see it. I hope everybody has their popcorn. Everybody's ready for the spiritual warfare that's going on. And just some downloads like of the astrals and everything. Like, yeah, there's a lot of counteracts in the astrals, but they're getting tired of it. Like they're getting tired of actually acting against us because they're aware of the laws. Like even though our human bodies aren't aware of the laws because our ego took over at some point in our lives when we were children and we're not tapped into that spiritual version of ourselves, we still have that deep knowing of integrity in our DNA. But the spirits who act in the astral at all times, they are very much aware of these laws. So when they're acting against us, they very much know how wrong they are and how karmically bound they are to their actions. And they're getting tired of accumulating debt because also not only are they accumulating debt, they're also going to be keeping us in a lower vibration for longer because they have to go back and karmically repay all of those things. And then depending on how low it is, that's how much they have to repay. And so balancing the scales comes with like them throwing their hands up and being like, you know what? I don't really like creating karma for myself anymore. And I think I'm done, So there's going to be a lot of that going on. I recently, this past week, received the download that like they're ready to repay their stuff so we can get this over with, So it feels like every entity, every spirit is hopping on board for this new age of Aquarius, right? It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love to see it. I love to feel it, especially when you go out into the astrals and you can actually have a clear path to what you want to see and what you want to achieve without things like being thrown at you. Um, but anyways, I'll talk about that later. You know.
Absolutely. Man, it's an exciting time to be in, for real. Like,
Yes, it is.
this is the once in planet history time of going into a new threshold that this third dimensional planet hasn't been able to experience as a planet body yet. So it's incredible, man. It's an honor to be here and to share these moments together, and like, be here live right now, holding this space of very deep knowledge and information with no interference, nothing stopping us. That's the beauty of where we're at. And we are definitely in some really revolutionary times.
Yes, I just heard anointed and protected. That's what we are.
Oh, there it is.
Crowned,
That's
anointed,
great.
and protected. Yes, King. And I know I have a feeling that after this life, I'm going to want to sit down for another 1,000 years and watch from a distance, because I think I'd rather just be tapping on people's shoulders and being that ancestor, right? Because this stuff is tough. It's so annoying, especially because, like, I've always, even as a child, operated in spirit first. It's like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this human experience and then I'm going to sit down.
Yeah, this 24/7 thing is a little much.
What is
That's
this
what
time?
the
And guys, the book I've been fanning myself with, I didn't realize it until like a few minutes, well, about 20 minutes ago now, right? An existentialist theory of consciousness, the transcendence of the ego. I actually forgot to return this to the library, so.
Wow. There's so many good books out there, guys. Like, everybody out there, there are endless amount of books that have such beautiful, empowering knowledge. I highly encourage, like, if you're wanting to change, if you're wanting to grow, you don't know where to start, go get one of these super deep consciousness books and see where that takes you. Because, some of these books have completely changed me. Like the Book of the Dead, Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. Oh my gosh, Eckhart Tolle is such a good author.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal Path of Yoga is a good one too. You guys like, ancient Sanskrit teachings and chakras and things like that.
Yes, indeed. And also, teach you astral projection, teach you how to find it in there too. All that ancient knowledge, and then read the book and see it in there also. That's the cool part, is like downloading it and then like opening the book and it's like, hold on, I knew this already, it's in my journal. That's fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This has been a great full moon session, guys. I don't really know what it turned into, but here we are.
That's been amazing. I think it's been a great flow, and I think we got to have some really good, authentic expressions and really give people some things to ponder on. I mean, we got some good comments. People were really grateful to be in this space tonight and glad that they were part of these conversations.
Yes. Thank you all for being here, guys. Hanging out with us.
And we appreciate all of you guys that are with us throughout this.
Yeah, thanks for listening to us go down some rabbit holes, some different rabbit holes.
We got one more I just popped in.
Hi. Whom is it? But yeah, this has been a great
11:45 over here.
Is it? Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. Yeah. I'll probably be heading out.
You guys want to close out with a meditation?
Sure. Can you lead it?
Yes.
Maybe?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. So that being said, yeah, if you guys don't mind muting as well, just to make sure it's all clear for everybody. And for everybody that is here live with us now or sometime on the replay, feel free to go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And you can sit, lay down, or be in motion wherever you are. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music for us. Let me get us a little bit of sound. As you get comfortable and prepared for this meditation tonight, feel free to check in with your posture. Have your back and your spine as straight as you can if you're sitting. If you are laying down, having our legs straight and not crossed, so we're not blocking the flow of energy. Relaxing our shoulders down to the side, making sure we're not holding any tension in the shoulders. Relaxing our fingers, our toes, our jaw and teeth. Consciously focusing on our breath. Breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath down the body, through the earth, and then exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, drawing it down the body, exhale out of the mouth. Continuing to breathe, focusing on the breath, as I will guide us through this meditation, connecting us with the full super Luna energy. Beginning to open our crowns at the top of the head. The 1,000-petal violet lotus begins to expand and rise from out of the crown of the head. And as it expands, you can begin to feel the magnetism, the vibration with every breath, beginning to accelerate the 1,000-petal lotus. And it begins to emanate violet ray spectrum. This violet ray spectrum begins to naturally transmutate and transform any density that is not of balance within our energy field. Continuing to breathe with this violet ray spectrum as it expands. And as the crown expands and we begin to release and clear the density within our bodies, we begin to allow ourselves to become aware of a silver cord of light. This silver cord of light begins to descend down from the moon. This silver light is a feminine light, it's a feminine energy. And the silver feminine light travels down from the moon and begins to magnetize and radiate with the crown. The violet ray begins to blend with the silver ray. It begins to swirl at the crown, creating a vortex. With every breath we receive, receiving the 7-dimensional violet ray transmutation, receiving a high-dimensional, beyond the 12-dimensional silver cord of light, bringing purification and new beginnings to our auric field. As we breathe into our emotions, feeling the emotions ripple like the ocean. As they begin to ripple, we begin to clear stagnation. As the emotions begin to ripple and stir through the being, we remember our breath as our anchor. As the breath begins to release and clear these stored emotions. Breathing into the emotions and allowing them to flow. Trusting to shed tears, trusting if we need to express in any other fashion, and staying with the breath for a moment. Taking a deep breath in, drawing that deep breath up to the crown, and exhaling to release. We make our way, journey into the mind's eye, the indigo paradise center, where you begin to releasing any of our beliefs as they're connected to brain function, the mind, getting to affirm our own affirmations and more confidence and releasing and letting go. Propagate as keeping out of balance within our my trust, my led, my spirit. Now traveling down the throat, bringing these depression and throat center down toward the ears, getting a balance of the heart, walking down, breathing, split places, getting out, for self-worth, and self-identity, leading way, action, breathing out, earth, working through, clearing, clearing out, anchoring the foundation and visualization for our needs. our basement. Weird occupants of the scared state to the world. And with every breath we are just grounding and soothing into the earth like the Taurus, resting like the bull, just laying on the earth. With every breath, letting go, just allowing the mother to wrap you in her love, in her tranquility, and ever-flowing abundance. Ene sutu mayate ukuma e shinoku mate onete a ishikono mate emeana kote na ekono to sete ma eme ayokota emeana kote emeana koto. Taking a final breath. And as we return and make our way back to our physical body, may we allow ourselves to integrate and to reflect and be present in any space that is calling this moment, moving forward in this moment. May we honor our well-being, honor the present, and honor our intuition. I thank you all. And with that, let's close out. Whew. Golly. You're on mute, Allie. I feel like the moon right now. I don't even feel human.
Right. That was very connective. I think I'm lagging.
Uh-oh. The vibration has shifted. The AI can't keep up now.
Hey.
How was that for everybody in the comments? Feel free to drop your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. That was quite potent for me. Phew.
Yeah,
Do you mind if I give a quick recap of the useful herbs for a full moon in general and a full moon in Taurus?
That'd be awesome.
Okay. So just a recap of several useful herbs in a full moon scenario. You could try lavender. It's very good for calming the nervous system. It's a nice cooling for excess energy or for soothing the mind. You could do lemon balm. It's like a lemony mint flavor. It's really yummy. Melissa officinalis, actually, the technical name. It's a gentle calming herb, and it's also very helpful to ease emotional turbulences, especially ones during the full moon heightened energies that we experience. Chamomile is very nice. It's a classic soothing herb. It's good for digestion or for nerves again, especially when energy is high, like you find in full moons. Rose is really nice. It's a heart-opening, gentle, lunar-friendly herb. It helps with like emotional and energetic balancing. It's known to be one of the highest frequencies of herbs there is out there, and it pairs very well with many different things. Mugwort's really cool. It's a little bit more magical. Mugwort Artemisia vulgaris is really great for like it's a lunar like limbial herb. It's really good for intuition. A lot of people make a little pillow, like a sachet, and stick it under their actual pillow at night for like helping their dream state and helping to remain sleeping. It'd be good for something, good for intentions or things like that when you've got a full moon with all the energies and stuff like that. And then that brings me to the last one, which would be ashwagandha. And that one is really great. It's an adaptogen, and it's very great for supporting nervous systems, like stress relief and grounding when you've got high energy and high vibrational situations like full moons and people all around acting a fool. Go home and have a cup of ashwagandha tea. Anyway, yeah, those were a few that you could try.
Yes, I love ashwagandha. I have the gummies actually. I get like the 1,500 milligrams or whatever because these kids stress me
Yeah.
out. But they're also good for if you're about to go on a hike as well. They help with muscle fatigue. It helps keep you from getting too tired and everything.
Well, they're an adaptogen. They also do help balance out hormones as well, and cortisol and things like that. Cortisol is an actual hormone too, so
Yeah, like sacral
very
blockages.
yeah, yeah. I mean, seeing as how the 3D matrix, if you will, runs on the lower three chakras, it's very good overall in general, anyways, because it helps balance all the energy out, you know. So
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing those.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
Well,
joining.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you everyone for
Oh,
coming.
this was an amazing live, I gotta say. Thank you guys for co-hosting and sharing this wonderful space tonight.
Thank y'all. Yeah, we did it on pretty short notice, but we did. Yeah, here we are. It's great. It's fun. What, like a week ago, we
That's
decided we're
right.
gonna do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
But
fun.
Okay, so for anybody that was watching tonight, be sure to catch the next episode. I think it's on Sunday.
yeah, that's so funny. You beat me to it. I was like,
Oh no,
so yeah,
what?
coming up,
What?
we have this Saturday at 10
Okay.
p.m. Eastern.
Saturday.
We're going to be doing
Okay.
our What is Consciousness new podcast series. And that's going to be an exploration of consciousness through all of our different perspectives and experiences. And Alex will be giving us some questions, and we're going to be flowing along with those questions. It's going to be really cool and fascinating. So if you guys like to explore consciousness, if you like to explore just the universe and what life is, this is definitely a podcast for you guys coming up on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, where we will have multiple live for you guys. You guys can interact, ask questions, all that good stuff. And then we also have on the 19th a new moon chill space as well with the Sacred Kingdom. So we got a couple more things coming up. We got this Saturday and then the 19th, and we're going to keep it rolling. So you guys just tune in. We appreciate you guys supporting throughout this live, and thank you guys for being with us.
Yes. Thank you all.
And I want to
Bring it into
add
fruition, Katrina.
the full moon again for recapping is for releasing what no longer serves, and the new moon is what? What kind of energy does the new moon carry? Just so people can be prepared. It's new beginnings.
Oh,
Drum roll, please.
I knew that.
So, if in theory you're not
I should have
really
hit the
quite
Jeopardy
sure,
on you guys.
and you've just decided just now after watching this beautiful live we had that it's time for you to make a change in your life and you're going to get rid of the things that no longer serve you, you have all the time until the 19th to prepare to all the steps, because the new beginning would start on the 19th. Right?
Yes.
Right.
And also, like, the new moon in Taurus is also going to be like a new beginning from the seeds that you plant here, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in 6 months.
Mm-hmm. So we'll be seeing you guys in the window of that new beginning. We'll see you guys there.
All
I have
right.
to write this down before I forget
It's from the
November.
11. It's from the 11/11 window to the other window. In between the windows.
As our alien guides are landing, coming to work with us.
Speaking of, Real Atlas will be coming back around the 19th of December. Ahead of time.
Interesting. When is the solstice?
That's definitely something. Oh,
When's
wow.
the winter
That's gonna
solstice?
be that's gonna be a season
21st?
changer, right?
Right? It's the 21st?
Yeah, that's gonna be a season change.
Interesting.
That's gonna be powerful.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
All right, guys.
Well,
I know y'all still
that-
haven't gone here, but if y'all ever wanted to get some of these beautiful crystals from me, I always handpick all of the ones I have. I travel to get them, so feel free to check out my website. Wait, what? There, right there. organicsessencellc.com. Wait, there you are. It's not mirrored, so I have to remember that. Also, I offer tarot readings now. I've been practicing the cards for over 2 years. So now I'm ready to actually offer readings to people who aren't my friends. So I've been doing that for the past 4 months. So you can also find that on my website. And I've also been offering a cord cutting ritual for people as well. So if you'd like somebody to do the cord cutting for you, I can do that ritual for you. I record the whole thing, record all my notes, and I share those with you guys. But yeah, and I also have a book out, like I was mentioning at the beginning of this live, earlier today. I'm just kidding. When we started about at the beginning of this live, this is Journal to Your Soul. Right. So there's a teaching, an affirmation, a reflection prompt for every day of the year, and it's broken up into 12 months and 12 different chakras. So if you wanted to learn more about yourself, learn more about the chakras, feel free to check out my book. It's on Amazon. It's called Journal to the Center of Your Soul, featuring me, my government name, Allison Pratt. And yeah, feel free to check it out.
All right, guys, capital letters, ma'am, or lowercase letters? Please tell us.
A little bit of both.
The straw man.
Here they come.
Is that your straw man name, ma'am?
That is Lunar Queen of Organics Essence LLC.
Yes. Don't tell them, no.
Shining soul healing and wellness. If you want to do a deeper dive into your psyche.
Sara Broadhead, out of Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Yeah. Area 51.
Out of the vortex of the desert.
That's north of me.
Oh,
yeah,
baby.
we have the hidden forbidden city in the Grand Canyon. That's our big deal.
Listen, y'all, I was an adventurous child. Okay, I was an adventurous teenager. If I lived that close to Arizona, I would have been in the Grand Canyon. All the places they told me not to be, I would have been there. I'm sorry, I was an explorational child. I don't know. I'm getting tired. I like to explore as a teenager, okay?
Middle
I
Earth,
probably would have been in that
Middle
portal
Earth,
to Middle Earth.
All right.
They say that city that's in the.
Okay.
No, I was just gonna say real fast that there's actually a connection.
Not open Pandora's box.
Next time.
Pandora's box.
What are you guys ready for 2 more hours? Let's go.
I can't do it. My English is gonna start turning into gibberish.
That's okay. We got some coffee.
All right, so
good night.
This is a great time.
Big heart.
All right, good night.
All right, yeah, good night.
This was a great time, though, guys. You guys have a good night, and everybody that's live, stay put. As we close out, you guys will be able to watch a promo about our community and how you guys get involved and connect with us all through our link page as well. So just stay tuned and watch as we close. One love, everyone. Hey, what's going on? Marcus ChristoLight here, founder and member of the Sacred Kingdom community. I am so excited to share with you guys the directory and some insight into the beautiful members that we have a part of the council of the Sacred Kingdom community, a international, worldwide, sacred community of soul family, full of star seeds, visionaries, artists, practitioners, shamans, as well as handcrafters and organic product makers. We have such a beautiful variety of amazing quality of organic products, including crystals as well, holistic and quantum healing services, all available in one link page directory for you. And you guys may be able to find who resonates for you, either locally in your area or online through the Sacred Kingdom community. So take a look. Welcome to the Sacred Kingdom community link page, where you guys can access everything Sacred Kingdom that's available worldwide 24/7. First link you'll see is the Facebook page, and you'll be able to take a browse and follow, keep up with any activity through Facebook if you're a Facebook user. Then we have the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is designed with a playlist for each member that is a part of the YouTube channel, so you can access and see content specific to each individual. Now we have holistic healing retreats that are led by myself, Marcus ChristoLight, ChristoLight Healing and Wellness. And then we have other members of the community that join in with these retreats to help build and bring connective community. These holistic retreats have workshops, live music, plant-based food, and much more. Then we have Lunar Queen and Organics Essence. This is an online crystal shop. She has a wide variety of crystals, greatly priced, high quality, organic with no dyes. Along with that, she also does card readings, and you can book with her. Then we have Eagle's Hearth Ministry and Sacraments, Grandma Katie Sing Eagle, with her tinctures, salves, lotions, herbal products, and much more. Jade's Wellness Trade. Jade's Wellness Trade is a fully organic line, all plant and herbal based when it comes to home hygiene products such as soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and much more. Operation Oscar Mike. Wow. Where to begin? A good fellow of mine, AJ Lardy, his friends Scott and Eric own a alternative healing nonprofit business to help military and first responders to bridge with alternative healing. Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, myself, Marcus ChristoLight, Reiki, Akashic meditations, as well as inner child healing, shadow work, and more. And then we have Shining Soul Healing and Wellness, QHHT, quantum hypnosis, as well as herbal-based healing products with Sara Broadhead. Soul Awakening with Sandra Marshall out of California, a wonderful podcaster, as well as lecturer and educator. And then we have Soulista Healing with Christina out of Pennsylvania. You guys can check out our link page anytime. And you guys can browse and book with services, purchase crystals and organic products. Along with that, we also do host retreats together and other events. We have online spaces like full moon and new moon events, and much more to come. Tune into our podcast on the YouTube channel, Sacred Kingdom. Reach out if you'd like to become a member and grow with this community as we continue to bring generational wealth and healing to all generations of planet Earth. One love.